Hi, I'm Simon Hope and I'd like to talk to you about the Stratos series lathes. Very professional bits of kit, and I'd like to just start with the sort of basics of why they're so good in design. So firstly, the headstocks are real winners with the double bearings, very heavy duty, very solid. The more modern, up-to-date Stratos 230 has a shortened motor and plate system here, and this part is an accessory that you can add extraction or lights or something like that. Everything's heavy duty, solid, cast iron, and there's some great features on both of these which sort of make them just a cut above the rest, so to speak. So little things that you might not sort of pick out, things like it has a digital display on the magnet box. So when you switch on, you can see exactly where you are, depending on where you're placed. Very smooth running, very quiet. Has a reverse also, which is pretty standard now on most lathes. This one illuminates, which is quite nice, so you know that you're actually in the reverse mode. Other features to talk about, which they both have, and it's a really good feature, is a soft start. So by switching the switch at the bottom there, if you're turning some large items, some big logs, things like that, you need that slow ramp up and down because the sort of force can trip the inverter. So they've thought about that, and it's built in to the system. So you can see by stopping, you know, real big heavy duty work, it will just naturally slow down to a stop. So other really good features are the way that you change the belt. It's very, very simple and easy. Just by lifting the cover, you release and you can just change the belt over. It's so easy. So just to give you some basic information on the machines, this one's 178 kilos and it's 2 horsepower, and it is a professional bit of kit. I could earn my living off that, and you know, many people like that because it sits in, you know, a smallish area, you know, but some people want to do more serious stuff and they sort of look towards the XL, and it's a beast. You know, it's 320 kilos, 3 horsepower, and it's a real serious bit of kit. So it takes the same great design as the 230. You'll see that excellent design, and it works. That's why it's designed like that. You've got the twin bearings, very solid spindle. It just works. So other little features, and it might just seem small features to you, but actually, like professional lathes, and when you're using them professionally, little things like the mat on there with the magnet for putting your Allen keys, little things like that actually count, you know, because you can just put bits straight to there and you know where they are, they won't fall off. Another really important feature that both lathes have is the trizoid thread, which is in the tailstock. And you might think, it's a tailstock, who cares? But actually it does, because if you're doing a lot of drilling, by the way, they have a really nice long reach, 100 millimeters quill of extension, but the trizoid thread, in fact, I think I'll just quickly draw it just to explain. So let me just grab this. So the trizoid thread, so a normal thread would have peaks like this. And when you're putting a lot of pressure on the thread, these peaks can get damaged, and it can actually stop the tailstock moving very nicely. So they've thought about this, and the trizoid thread basically has flats on the top. So it's a trunk thread. Proper heavy-duty engineering lathes have this, and it just makes a much stronger thread, and it's a really good feature. So other things just to point out is they have sockets on the inverter at the bottom there, and it might just again seem insignificant, but actually it's really useful. So up to 750 watt on each plug, you can have a light, or you can just plug in and use a power drill. But it's really handy just to have those options there rather than leads behind, because it's naturally coming out from there. if you're using the drill, and it's really a nice feature to have. So the upgraded models from the previous ones have now also incorporated a locking pin. They're heavy duty anyway when you lock them down, but when you turn it round and you're doing some really big heavy logs, you've just got an extra clamping plate underneath that really locks everything down when you're doing some heavy duty work. So another upgrade that's been made recently is a locking plate on here. It means that when you go away and come back into the same position, it locks and the sensors will always be aligned. Now it comes with a double 2 Morse taper anyway, so if you're moving the head and you want to line up, this is very quick and easy, but it's even quicker with this locking plate. So there's lots of other great features available. Please have a look at the website. You'll notice that there's bed extensions, swing away plates. They even have a really clever design takeaway system for the banjo, so that you don't have to take the tailstock off. You can just release and lift the banjo away. And you'll notice that they have a fixing plate on the front of the XL, so you can actually have a bed extension here and turn the bed 90 degrees in front of you. So all the force is really rock solid for turning huge bowls over the side of the lathe. So everything's been covered, everything's been thought about. They've been developed over the years to what they are today, a really top spec lathe. They both have 5 years guarantee, which I think is more than some other manufacturers, because they really have the trust in the equipment, the quality, and the expertise of the wood turners that have designed this with the engineers to make them what they are. So great lathes, and any more information, please have a look at the website or contact me through my email. Thanks for watching.